I am going to take one swing at this, and this is going to work or this is not. So, Season 3, Ultimate Fighter Brazil. Chael Sonnen got to coach one team. Vanderlei Silva got to coach one team. And I meet a fighter when I'm out there, part of our team, and his name was Bomba. And Guilherme is a very hard name to say. So, all right, Bomba it is, right? I don't totally know what Bomba means, but I like it. Bomba. And every time I would see him, I would think this or maybe even sing it a little bit. But Guilherme Velasquez, it was just too hard to say. So, Bomba, handsome. Oh my goodness, this guy was beautiful. And he was a model, which was no surprise. And he was bilingual. And he was a 2-time world champion in jiu-jitsu. And I remember when this whole thing came down before we picked teams, I remember Vinny telling me, hey, this guy won the world championship, and he was telling me about it. I think it was in the brown belt division, but it was very coveted. And all right. So we get Bomba, and he does a great job. He works his ass off. He's a great teammate. Everybody likes him. He's just a pleasure to be around. He says he's going to come to America when this is over. He's going to come to America, and he's going to train. So the event comes to an end, and he comes to America, and his experience, right? You know, I haven't heard the word funeral in a long time. Somewhere along the way, somebody smart enough, and they changed it to celebration of life. So, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this positively as long as we have the theme of celebration of life. But Bomba, who was an immigrant to America, had a very unique experience. Okay, so Jay Glazer, oh my God, what a star. Jay Glazer is such a kind man. And you guys will never know that side of him. He's going to talk to you about touchdowns and first-round draft picks. If you ever meet Glazer's friends, they will tell you, like, hey, man, that dude's not normal. Like, he's not like a normal friend. He's this special person. He does so much for other people. So, Jay's going to open up a gym at the same time that Bomba's going to come to America. And Bomba tells me he's going to go to California. I'm in Oregon, right? So it didn't just have to do with me, Coach McQuarrie, Jamie, Clayton Hires. It didn't just have to do with us. Like, he was coming to America. I say to Jay, I said, hey, Bomba, who Jay had met, I said, he's going to put in for your gym. You're going to have a jiu-jitsu portion of your gym or something like that. Bomba's going to put in for it. Could I just vouch for him? Could you keep an eye on him? That's what I say to him. Would you look out for him? That was my exact words. Would you look out for him? So, 6 months later, Bomba not only has the position at Jay's gym, I think he was like a GM. I mean, basically, it was like he was the guy that was there at 5:30 in the morning, and the whole thing's clean, and the heat's around at 6 a.m., and he's going home late at night. Home, by the way, was Jay's house. Jay moved him in. So Bomba's got to have a way to get around Beverly Hills, by the way. So Jay gave him his car, which I should mention for you was a 6-figure plus BMW. I mean, that right there changes Bomba's experience. Can we agree? Is there very many immigrants that could come to town and just because somebody asked another guy, would you look after him? He gives him a place to live. He gives him a job. And by the way, he gives him a car. I don't even know about it. I don't even know about this for like 5 or 6 months. I could not believe it. I called Jay and said, man, this is incredible. Jay said, well, you asked me to look after him. Isn't that what that means? And I'm thinking to myself, no, it's not usually. Thank you so much. So at this gym that Glazer had, Unbreakable, it was a real who's who. Like when Tom Brady was in town, Tom Brady and Giselle would work out at this gym. It's unmarked. You couldn't find this in the yellow pages. You couldn't find it online. When you're driving down Hollywood Boulevard, right? There's no sign that says Unbreakable Martial Arts. It's a real who's who. And through that process, Bomba was seen in social clips with Snoop Dogg. Bomba did 2 music videos with Wiz Khalifa. Bomba had done some private training with Sylvester Stallone. Now, I know I'm name dropping. I know I am. But it's my whole point. My whole point is to let you know this guy comes in on a visa. He speaks the language, but not that well. He was super nice. Everybody liked him. He's a handsome guy. He worked hard. He was trustable. But this is his experience, okay? I'm in Vegas. Bomba comes to Vegas. He called me up. He said, "Hey, coach, are you in Vegas?" As a matter of fact, I am. And I had this big room. We were staying at Vidara, and they gave me this upgrade. And one thing about the Vidara, it has a full kitchen. So I've got a table, and I got this beautiful view, and I got a whole kitchen in there. And I ordered Uber Eats from a place out of Caesar's Palace, and somehow I did it wrong. Or I didn't understand, but it all came family style, so I don't get a lot of Italian food when I'm in the road. We always go Italian. The only Italian we have here in Oregon, and people laugh when I say it like it's a joke, but it's Olive Garden, and it's not a joke. We just don't have Italian food. So I go get 5 or 6 different dishes. Well, I find out when the bill comes and this guy is carrying it in that it's all family style. Everything I order is meant to feed 6 to 8. So I got all this food. I take it up to the room. When Bomba calls me and says, "I'm in Vegas, I'm coming over," I'm like, this is perfect. Come over, I got a ton of food. All right. So Bomba comes. We're visiting in my room. Okay, he's already done these videos. Everything's going his way. He's getting his own gym going. He's got this guy that's going to fund it. He's met this great friend who's very connected and helping people. And we're in my room, and he goes, "I like these hotels." He points past me. The window's up to me, so he's like pointing out my window. He goes, "Oh, I like this guy. I train his son." And I look back, and I see the Wynn. The Wynn Hotel, Wynn's in these huge letters. I said, "Who do you train?" And he said, Christopher Wynn." I said, "You train Christopher Wynn?" I said, "What's his dad's name?" And he goes, "Steve Wynn." And he says, "In fact, Chris is taking me out tonight." He asked me if I want to go. It's just like, Bomba, I'm willing to go along this journey of your ridiculously charmed American life. It stops at Steve Wynn has invited you out tonight in Vegas. It stops right there. So I let him tell his little fable, and we finish our meal, and he's actually got to go. He's got to go meet Wynn. So I take him downstairs where a Rolls Royce pulls up, and it says like Wynn-8 on it. It's for him. Wynn had come to pick him up, and they're going to take him out. It's like, that's just not how this is done. Your American experience, do not be calling home and telling your friends in Brazil, "I am American, and I don't have this experience." It was unbelievable. Somewhere along the way, Bomba meets a gal, and they move to Chicago. And I don't actually know the tie-in there. I don't know if that was home for her or if it's relevant, but Bomba had always wanted a family, and he got his heart broken. He was going to marry this beautiful gal. I'd met her. She was wonderful, and she ended up marrying somebody else. So everything's now working out for Bomba. Little girl's in the picture. And every time I would get a video from Bomba, or a picture of Bomba, it never, and I do mean that literal, 0 times was just him. It always had that little girl. And then I get a call. 2 days ago. And Bomba's gone. We lost Bomba. So, it's one of those things. I don't know if the service will be in Brazil. I don't know if the service will be in Chicago. I don't know if the service will be in California. I don't know if there's going to be a service. But I spoke to Zach. I spoke to Craig. The UFC is going to do a tribute to Bomba. The fight's tomorrow. I imagine that would be something as, you'd put his picture and maybe just, this year to this year, which would be very beautiful and meaningful. And it might be all that he gets. So, celebration of life to Bomba.